Hello, everyone. My name is Janine El-Hinawi, and I'm an accountability advisor and the director of marketing at Million Stars Academy with Fatima Omar International. And today I have the special honor and pleasure to welcome with me Alia Booley, who is a student inside of the Million Stars Academy. And I'm so honored to have you here, Alia. Welcome to this interview.
Thank you, Janine. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm really honored. Thank you.
You're most welcome. So Alia, how are you? How is your day going? Tell me a little bit more before we get into the really juicy stuff. Who are you? Where do you live? Tell me a little bit more about you, please.
Awesome. Wow. Sure. Where do I start? So I was born and raised, and I'm still in Cape Town, sunny Cape Town in South Africa, although it's very cold. We in our winter season at the moment. But yeah, born and raised in Cape Town. I'm a mom. Been married for let me think. I think it's 18 years. I've got two teenagers, sons, two boys. I'm also currently still employed in the IT corporate space, and through the Million Stars Academy, I'm currently working on my coaching business as well. So yeah, so I'm a Million Stars coach. I'm also a call to action coach where I help women overcome their fears and their self doubt so that they can take action and regain their confidence and achieve success in their careers and in their personal life.
Wow, that's amazing, Alia. Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. And you sound like a really, really busy woman with, with your children, with the Million Stars Academy, with your coaching business. So I really love that. And thank you so much for really taking the time to be here today with us. So, can you tell me a little bit more now? So you have all of these things like really put up all in a good way right now, but tell me a little bit more. How was your life before you actually joined Million Stars and became a Million Stars coach?
So I think we chatted about this a bit last night, Janine. But basically, I reflected. I started in the Million Stars Academy in January, right? I started in January this year. And prior to that, I was in a year ago in August, I joined a coaching course. But when I joined the coaching course, it was not my intention to be a coach. It was more so to learn something new, to learn a new skill, because I thought that it could benefit my life as well as my career by learning these new skills. And then I found that, after the coaching course that I did last year, there was just no turning back. There was no turning back. It was not a plan for me to coach other women, but I found a love and a passion for coaching other women. And I completed the course, and one of the other ladies, she was already in the Million Stars Academy, and I watched one of Fatima's. I think it was. I'm not quite sure. It was the launch in December. I can't remember the name of the launch or the title of the launch, but I remember that I really, really, you know, this it was a calling for me. I needed to do this because what Fatima was showing us was actually how to run the business, how to sort it up, how to coach all the guides in the workbooks, and just really how to do the launches. And that's something that I didn't get exposure to. Before that, I didn't have my own Facebook group. I wasn't on Facebook or any type of social media because as a coach, I also had my own fears. I had this fear of putting myself out there, of being seen. What are other people going to think? Who does she think she is? By just suddenly being a coach,
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's who I was before Million Stars Academy. I had a lot of self-doubt. Venturing into the coaching world, there was a lot of doubts, and I didn't know how to put myself out there. And if you're not going to put yourself out there, then women are not going to know that you are of service to them.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So would you say you did that coaching course, but you didn't really get like access to the coach enough, and you didn't get the skills to actually really like advertise your business and your services out there? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, I didn't know how to advertise. I didn't know anything about branding. I didn't know about how to navigate my niche. I didn't know who my niche was to begin with. All I knew was is that I wanted to be of service. I wanted to help, but I didn't know who's this woman that I need to be serving and showing up for. Right. So I knew nothing about branding with archetypes. I knew nothing about how to discover what my niche is. I didn't know any of that stuff. I wasn't on any social media platforms, and I was just really too scared to even go onto any type of social media platform to say that I'm a coach.
Yeah, and then also already you were saying you were lacking the self-confidence, and then if you don't have the guide on actually how to get out there, it's like a wheel of that keeps you just locked inside your box, and you're not getting out there, right? And I'm sure it didn't feel very good.
Yeah, absolutely. And you actually feel stuck. You know, I do believe just because coaches also have fears. you know you have self doubts and you have fears, especially you fearing the unknown. So if you've never put yourself out there, you're going to fear. you know so definitely for me, all of those things, the limiting beliefs, the overthinking, all those things came up for me, and all I wanted to do was at the time was just really to coach other women.
Absolutely, and you didn't get to do that because you didn't know how to attract the right woman. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know what to do, what type of branding I should do, what should I call myself, because I was just telling everybody, oh, I'm a life coach, I can help you.
Mm.
And that was it.
Yes, yes.
But what does that mean? Actually.
Yeah, so many people don't know what a coach actually does, right? And then if you're very broad, then yeah, it's not gonna help you. So let's get a little bit into Million Stars Academy. So most of the high ticket coaching programs almost never give you access to the creator. What has been your experience getting direct coaching and access to Fatima?
Mm. No, definitely. So in the Million Stars Academy, you have access to Fatima 24/7, right? And it works out perfectly for me in South Africa with her being in Canada and the time zone. So you just really do have Fatima at your fingertips. I suppose. And we've got our different classes, what training, which is on a Tuesday. We've got the Wednesday, the Thursday, and then my ultimate favorite is the Friday, mind, body, and spirit call, which is on a Friday. And Fatima just makes you feel comfortable that you can reach out to her as well. And you've got accountability advisors as well, and you've got all the other queens in the academy as well. But that's what I really love is that my previous coaching course that I did, it was a male that did the facilitation. He was my coach. But I really felt this need to be coached by a woman, because it makes so much difference if you are coached by a woman who is a mother that's running her own business, because she can really resonate with you and she can understand you from that point of view. So there is so much difference. Things come up in my life, chaos comes up. So it's really, really so important, and it makes a huge difference that you can have access to Fatima.
Awesome, awesome. So there's just one question coming up for me while we're talking about getting access to Fatima. So how have you experienced her, like as in her coaching? How does she handle the coaching with you? Like, let's say, is she like pushy? Is she very soft with you? How do you feel about how she coaches you to become better in your business and attract more clients?
Fatima tells you the truth, right? So you're going to be coached, because coaches don't give advice, right? So when Fatima does coach you, she coaches you in terms of what it is that you do need, in terms of what your fears are. Maybe if I can give an example
For
of
sure.
that, because I'm not giving it justice. So let me give you an example. 8 months ago, I had a fear about coming up on video, about showing up on video, showing up in lives, and even this interview as well. So if I look at my journey in terms of where I was and where I am now, right? So what Fatima did was she asked me the right kind of questions. It was hard to hear, but when you're being coached, you don't want all the nice things. You don't want someone to say, oh, you're doing a good job, keep going, and all of that. No, you want someone to coach you out of your comfort zone so that you can show up powerfully, right? So
Exactly.
through fatima's through Fatima's coaching, I am now able to do videos on a daily basis in my group, in my Facebook group. I can now confidently come up in and show up in lives. I did my first launch not too long ago, and what I really love about Fatima is that she's always asking you, when we started, she said, this is the get it wrong exercise, and everything is a learning experience. And she will always ask you, so what did you learn differently about yourself? You know, and whenever I think about it, I never ask myself that, because I never celebrate my own wins. But Fatima really does hold you so powerfully. And she's basically holding your hand through the entire process. So yeah, so I really appreciate that. She's very supportive. She tells you what you need to know or need to hear so that you can really step out of your comfort zone, because that is what you need in order to build your coaching business at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And I want to just give you a huge acknowledgement, Alia. Really, that since you have started inside Million Stars Academy, I have seen such a huge growth in your self-confidence and how you are, what you do in your business. You are like posting every day. You just did your launch. So really a big well done and congratulations on your success. It's
Thank
amazing.
Thank you, Janine. And on that, on one other note, is that the support inside of Million Swords with all the other coaches, it's really, really amazing, because um, running your own business or starting your own business can be very lonely. But when you are part of a group of women inside of the Million Sword Academy. The queens inside, they also support you 100% if they pick you up when you are down, so it's not so lonely because they understand what it is that you are going through. So yeah, I really, really appreciate it.
Yes, that's so beautiful. It's like a big family, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
wonderful, wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about the membership portal.
Mm.
So some of our clients say it's like a university textbook. What
Mm.
has been your experience with the portal? What did you get out from it? What is the best part that you like most? Tell me a little bit more about that part of the academy.
What I love is that you can really go through these modules at your own pace, right? Because we are all, and this is something that Fatima also tells us, is that we are all at different parts of our journey, right? So there's no competition to get done. It's just really what you need for your business at that time. So you really do have access to this amazing portal that is full of knowledge. And you, like, for example, the branding with archetypes, the niche homework. And what I really love is that I've been through my launch, right? So I've been through my launch, but then there were new things that I learned um, through this journey, right? That I would never have known had I not gone through the launch. And that was something that you, Janine, actually recommended in one of our accountability sessions, was to go back to one of the modules, right? And when you go back to one of the modules like months later, you're always going to find something that you never saw the first time, right?
Yes.
In terms of your social media, what words to use in terms of your posts. Everything is inside this academy, right? And Fatima's always up leveling, and she works with amazing coaches as well. So we have access to those modules as well. She puts that into the portal as well. So whatever Fatima has access to, we have access to that as well. So I just really love it that you can go through it really at your own pace, and everything that you need in order to start your business is you can find it inside the portal.
Yes, yes, awesome, awesome. It's like a candy shop where you can just go pick what you need, or right, you can reach out to your accountability advisor, and you will be shown the way in the portal. Awesome. So you just already touched on the subject that entrepreneurship can be a really lonely journey, right?
Yeah.
And so I would like to hear a little bit more about what is your experience in the academy with the support, like from the other coaches and from all the sides. How was your experience, or is your experience with that?
I've made some long lasting friendships, first of all, inside of the academy. It's more than just Million Swords Academy. It's like family. I don't have any blood sisters of my own. I always wanted sisters, and the Almighty has blessed me with so many sisters from all over the globe. So it's really, really been amazing. When you're not feeling well, there's always someone that is checking in on you. The other day, I had an amazing chat with one of the other queens. So yeah, you just never alone, right?
Yes.
So whatever you're going through, even if it's in your personal space, because this is the thing, is that chaos is always going to show up, right? And you, even as a coach, you always going to need that support in terms of how do you navigate the stuff that is going on around you. And I promise you that there's always someone inside of the academy that's been through it, that can offer some sort of support or coaching or advice, or even just a listening ear. But yeah, it's you don't feel alone at all.
Awesome. That just warms my heart to hear always this feedback. It's just so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. So we have 6 live calls every week. And
Yeah.
let's just talk first about the 3 live calls with Fatima. So we have the office hours on Tuesdays and also the 7-figure habits. And then what you already mentioned, the body, mind, and spirit call on Friday, which, is a lot of Queen's favorite. So I
Yeah.
think you already mentioned that this one is your favorite. And tell us a little bit more about it and why it's your favorite one.
It's because it happens on a Friday.
Okay.
So it really is a good time of the week, for me, being in Cape Town, it's usually like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So my work day has come to an end. And it really is a space, a safe space for me to come to share um, anything that has been going on for me, any fears, any doubts, um, even illnesses, any of those sort of things. I can really feel safe to share it with everyone and with Fatima as well. Um, and you don't feel like I touched on that already. It's like when you do share what you're going through, you also helping someone else as well, because 10 to 1 someone else is going through the same thing. And then Fatima does her usual the EFT tapping as well, and there's an immediate shift, right? There really is a shift in terms of how you feel when you're done with that call. For me, I'm always feeling lighter. I'm feeling more at peace and calmer. Also, lots of yawning, but that is the shift that is happening. But usually, I do feel like a heavy weight has been lifted off my shoulder.
Wow, that's so good to hear. And especially knowing that if we women, we have something going on in our life and in the private space, our business is not going to move forward, right? So it's so important to have this call at the end of the week so we just can
Yeah.
release everything bad that has been going on. Amazing, amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so sorry, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just saying, absolutely, I agree.
Awesome. And then we have other 3 live calls that are like question and answer calls. So one is for sales, one is for marketing, and another one for content creation. How have those calls helped you?
When you on the call, Fatima, you really let her know what it is that you're working on, what do you need help with, and Fatima will coach you through it. In the call, I usually find that I've been procrastinating and overthinking something, right, and it causes me pain. All this overthinking, because I'm like, what am I going to do? So when you in office hours, it really is an opportunity for you to share this with Fatima, let her know what it is that you are working on, and she coaches you through that, and she gives you the guidance, or the coaching that you really need. And we get homework to do as well, and she holds you accountable, and that, for me, the accountability is really key, right? Just that accountability. There are times, let me just be honest, there are times like when Fatima asked me, to do my first set of videos, I was like, oh no. Like, I really don't want to do it, but because I was being held accountable, um for creating these videos, I did it, and I was so surprised that I actually did it, that I stopped thinking about I got out of my own head, and the fears actually just went away, because at that moment I'm being held accountable for this. It's my business. I'm in $1 million coaching academy. So I'm going to show up, powerfully, because as queens being in the Million Stars Academy, we are also women of our word. So I really, the office hours is really key in terms of what it is that you are working with, and Fatima does coach you on that as well.
That's so great. So awesome. So those are the office hours. So now tell me a little bit more about the three calls we actually have with the accountability advisors, or with the director of sales and the director of with the creative director, and myself, director of marketing. So have you been attending these calls, and how did they help you?
Hmm. I haven't been attending them live, um, because I still have my 9 to 5, but I am able to watch the recordings in the portal, which is really great,
Awesome.
because now you don't miss out on anything, right? Because everything is being recorded, and it's being shared in the in the portal as well, so you can really dig and dive deeper into your niche, in your marketing or your content creation. You've got access to all of these training. It's in and is uploaded in the portal.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then also, as we always say, you also can just message Fatima or your accountability advisor, and we will answer live on the call, and then you can listen to the replay later. Absolutely,
Absolutely.
that's awesome. Okay, so if you're already talking about accountability advisors, um, so we also do have a monthly accountability call, where we
Yes.
two, actually, I'm your accountability advisor inside the Million Stars Academy. So how does this call keep you on track in your journey?
I think for me, and if I think back to the last call that we had, Janine, is that it kind of just brings it all together, right? The little pieces of the puzzle. You and I, we discuss it. You ask me what it is that I'm working on. What are my next steps? So it really is a good session, just to strategize in terms of what is it that I need to do, what homework do I have, by when will I finish it or complete it. And then of course you always giving and you coaching as well, in terms of what should I go over. For example, there's a module that you recommend that I redo, or for example, like the Tony Robbins subliminals, because and that, by the way, it really it did help. So thank you for that. So I really enjoy these schools, because it's like the little pieces of the puzzle, just bringing it all together, and then being held accountable for those things as well.
Yes, awesome, awesome. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about accountability when you just bring up that word. So we have a lot of accountability going on inside of the academy, and the reason is we just know it's a very, very important part. So tell us a little bit more about the accountability, and how has it helped you?
Mm. So there's an accountability post every Friday, and that is really a check-in where you post about what it is that you've achieved in the past week. What are you promising to accomplish for the next week? So there's that post as well. Um, in our sessions, Janine, you hold me accountable for the things that I say I'm going to do, and then always just backing that up by posting it into the Million Stars Academy. So we've got the Million Stars Academy Facebook group as well, where we can also post what we're working on, any admin type things that we are working on or branding in our business. We can post that as well in the Million Stars Academy Facebook group, and that really just also, the other coaches as well inside of the academy, they can also give the input as well, as well as Fatima and the accountability advisors. And then we also have our own accountability partner, Coach Sadia. She is my accountability partner as well. And the support, let me tell you, was just so, so amazing, because you really do have your own cheerleader as well, and you don't feel lonely. Especially when you're doing launches, because doing launches, it can be daunting if you're doing it on your own. But your accountability partner as well is there to support you through that journey as well. My accountability partner, Coach Sadia, she's amazing. She also shows up for all of my lives. She tags other members in my group as well. So it really is a beautiful partnership where you can support each other. You can also do role play as well, where you practice, the coaching script with each other. So it really is a powerful relationship to have and to build on, and you have access to this inside of the Million Stars Academy.
Wow, that's so great, and that's so lovely to hear what kind of relationships are built here. And I think this will be like really long-lasting friendships overall.
Absolutely.
Amazing, amazing. So, Alia, as we come to the end of this interview, I want to ask you like two last questions. First of all, what would you say to the woman who is watching this right now and is undecided about joining Million Stars Academy?
I would say to her, choose faith over fear. Because I understand that you have fears, right? But really, just if I can bring it back to me as well, um, not only am I learning or being coached to build my business, I'm also learning so much about who I am as a woman and as a person, right? I've learned so much about myself in the last 8 months that I did in years. I'm learning to find my voice, who I am, what my brand is, and how to show up. So if this is something that you are yearning for, that you want, and you're not quite sure, how to do that, if you're looking for the support, if your journey at the moment is one that is lonely, where you have a lot of doubts, and you're lacking the confidence to show up and put yourself out there, then choose faith over fear and join the Million Stars Academy.
Wow, thank you. This is such a great advice, Alia. Thank you so much. And then just my last question. Now you already achieved so much during your 8 first months inside of the academy, and you still have a bit to go. So tell us a little bit more about your own growth and where do you see yourself going? What is the big vision for yourself?
Awesome, awesome. So, I have my own Facebook group. I've got over 500 members in my Facebook group. It's called Career Women Connect. I've now I know my brand. I'm a call to action coach, not just a life coach. I know who my niche is. I understand what an elevator pitch is as well. I understand where to find my niche. I've got my signature program. I've through the Million Stars Academy and through the modules in the portal, I've now got a 3-month or 90-day signature program that I am selling at the moment. Like I said, I did my first 3-day live launch inside of my group. I've already signed up clients as well. My coaching program starts officially on the 1st of September, so I'm really, really looking forward to that. I'm already planning my next launch as well. I'm doing more lives. I have my own weekly training session inside of my Facebook group as well. I plan to also write my own book as well. So the future is really, really looking bright at the moment, and I'm really, really excited. I don't feel confused. I've got clarity in terms of who I am, where I'm headed to, and how I want my business to look as well, and who I'm coaching at the end of the day, and what my services aim to do for my niche.
Wow, that's so amazing, Alia. I want to like clap my hands the whole time while you're talking. Such a huge accomplishment that you did it in the last 8 months. And I'm so, so, so excited for you, for your future. And I can't wait to see how your journey unfolds, to read your book and everything else that you are up to. Amazing, amazing, Alia. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me today to talk about your experience inside of Million Stars Academy. And do you have anything else you want to tell the ladies who are watching right now? Any last tip before we wrap this up?
I want to say that it is possible. If you have a dream, to make an impact and to serve, it is possible. Join the Million Stars Academy. You're going to get access to all of the guides, the workbooks, writing your own book, the accountability, as well as the other queens within the academy, and well as Fatima, who is there to coach you and to support you on your journey.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alia. Ladies, you heard it. Don't wait. And thank you so much, Alia, for being here with me. I hope you will have a wonderful evening, and bye for now.